Nicole, check this out. I got a mini DV camera. I can capture anything with this goddamn fucker.
Cool.
My life is found footage now. When I die, I'm just going to have a big old crate. You'll be digging through them because, it depends on when I die. It could be a very small crate. It could just be a single mini DV if I want to do a skateboard trick. Well, this is strapped to my head and I just beef it so hard I die. That's always a possibility. God. It's cool, and I think we can incorporate this for the stream. See, I got it hooked up. It's looking great. Is this good for an audio medium? No. But the people on the live stream, the chat is fucking loving this, and they're about to love it more because I can cat cam it finally. See, plugged. We're looking right at Butter right now. Look at her. She's sleeping. She's so cute.
What is cat camming?
It's a cat cam. Like, it's a cat camera. It's a cat cam.
Is it strapped to a cat?
No, it's just pointing at the cat. It's our cat cam.
Okay.
Look at her being so cute. You see it on the screen right now. It's not strapped to her. But
maybe you strapped it to socks. I don't know.
No. He'd scratch me real quick if I tried that. Wait, what is she? Are you begging right now, Butter? Oh, you're begging for bits on Twitch? That's cute. Oh my God. No, she's standing on her hind legs. She's going into a bag. What is this? She just pulled out a top hat and a cane?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's doing the little Michigan J Frog. Hold on, I gotta put this mic up to her. Man, that is adorable. But are you just gonna be walking nonstop now? Hey, she's finally hind-legging it, Nicole.
Yeah, I hate it.
Okay, all right. Well, then let's move the cat cam over to socks. And oh, no. He is just punching an effigy of Nicole right now. This is...
Fuck.
I think we need to get rid of the cat cam unless... I think we can turn them into influencers, i.e. influence individuals to purchase and punch Nicole dolls. That could be pretty lucrative.
I don't like that.
All right, okay. Well, what the listeners will like is here today. My name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And welcome to night 2 of the KaiJULY Con, brought to you by Mostly Speakin Sentai. Oh, guys, my name's James, and I'm already on this is starting hour 3.5 of podcasting today. I hit it and critted, could only record Saturday, and normally I would say, oh, guys, I have something planned, but they said, this is for the finale episode, fuckers, and I was like, we need to record this. I cannot push this back any longer, so I'm here. I'm beer. Gulp, gulp, gulp. I'm wasted right now, chocolate style. And let me introduce my guest, or not my guest, my co-host, my beautiful queen of the Nazarene. Yeah, guys, Nicole is overlording on Jesus in the afterlife, you know? She's the queen of Jesus. That's pretty gnarly as hell. It's the Nickel, the brick. Nicole Jacobs, darling homebody.
Hi.
Nicole, if you were to be a queen in the heavenly embrace, what would be your first decree to the people?
I don't know.
Would you scream, gays in heaven? And then they're like, no, please, we're scared. And you're like, you shouldn't be. They're really cool.
Yeah.
They're just like us, like the stars in USA Today. I think that's USA Today. Maybe our guests will know. You want to introduce them, Nicole?
No.
Why not? You know them, you love them. The parents under the stairs. It's Ian and Presley.
Hi.
Don't whoop whoop on this stream.
I know you love it.
I don't. I love 2 things about ICP. The clown part and the fact that
everything
I can
else.
Turn them off. Hey-o! I am a fan. I just like a clown would.
Whoa.
Okay, yay, yay. How's that?
I like a hoo, hoo, hoo. Oh, no, that's too monkey-like, or Homer J. Simpson seeing a donut for the first time.
Or,
Oh, okay, we're fine with that because that is everyone's favorite guy, Tim Allen. He sells cocaine and snitches to the cops. He's an upstanding citizen. Did you guys know that?
no, I didn't know that he was a snitch.
Oh, yeah. He got caught with a whole mess of cocaine and did very small amount of time, you know. He snitched, baby.
I did know he was a cocaine guy, though.
Cocaine, milk and cookies, lying to his wife about getting a vasectomy, all the things Tim Allen is known for.
Yeah.
That's a home improvement.
Home Improvement is canon to his real life.
Yeah, baby. That the writer's room pull from real life experiences when it comes to sitcoms, even though all the tropes are always there, the specifics that get you to that situation are specific to those writing interior living room. They hear Wilson scream outside. Oh no, who could that be? It's Wilson. Oh my God, a raccoon ripped his face off. So he's
This
actually.
isn't freaking.
Don't say the name of it.
that podcast.
Okay, good. It's secret right now.
Ooh, was that a spoiler?
I mean, there's a script writing podcast that me and R2 Shelby do. That's not a spoiler, but the name of it is.
Okay.
Or maybe I did. How are you guys today?
We're fine.
Not too shabby.
Baby's choking.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
This is our baby, Jack. As you know, we are parents.
Uh-huh.
Under
the
the stairs. So that's a baby. He's joining us today because he wouldn't nap.
are you under the stairs because you're hiding from them?
We're hiding from Jack.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also live in apartments, so it's just like we have to live under stairs because
Unless you're on top floor.
We're in the middle. We're sandwiched.
middle.
That's unfortunate.
There's somebody on each side of us.
that loves bass.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, they love bass, and I think they love the free bass. So they're up all night too.
Hell yeah.
The bass will just vibrate you to sleep.
Yeah, why not that?
We bought some pretty nice sleep headphones. It's kind of been fixing the situation, but the first year or so was pretty miserable.
Wow.
I just start peeing in their window, and then they'd be like, oh my God, what's going on here? Every time I do a bass, it starts smelling like human urine.
Well, we would just like leave music on all day or all night or something, but that would annoy our cat and our baby too. So I don't really want to like be playing Cannibal Corpse for 4 hours straight on full blast because that would affect the people around me. Maybe if we go on a vacation, I'll like leave music on.
This is what you do. You get an electric guitar, and you just practice
Just
one
do a
chord
noise complaint.
over and over
Doesn't
again.
work.
What, noise complaint or...
If you live in apartments this cheap, noise complaints don't mean anything.
Oh, I guess we're just decent human beings. So
Yeah.
the one time we got a noise complaint, we were like, oh, okay, we are so sorry. We will not do the thing that was making noise.
Yeah.
Oh, we just got a dude upstairs telling us you better not call security again.
Oi. Yeah, you got to start making with the peepee, dude. It's
I'll
the
take
only
your word
way.
for it.
What other ways could you prevent them? I guess...
Dude, I think about it a lot. I've gone online and like searched for things that can like mess with neighbors and stuff. Like there's like hydraulic systems that you can have like they go boom, boom, boom like on the ceiling and shit.
No, just
And,
put
like,
sugar in their gas tank.
Oi.
they don't drive.
Oh, okay. Put sugar in their asshole. Wait,
Then they'd have to thank me.
what? No, that if get a very, the raw sugar in the raw, it's very
Ooh, yeah.
grainy. They're not gonna like that.
Till it melts.
It's gonna take a while, and from what I hear, they got a cold asshole.
I'll have to experiment a little tonight to see how that works.
They might have, as teenagers, watched that Howard Stern movie, and that's just the only way they can have an orgasm. Yeah, I hope you guys understand that reference.
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
Yeah,
knows
private
that.
parts.
Okay,
I've seen
everyone
that.
does.
The
Never mind.
Sibian machine. The Sibian machine.
See, Nicole was like, oh, no one gets that reference. No. You're the only one who doesn't get that reference.
Jack's like, even I get it.
Yeah.
Howard Stern. I'll try this out. Everyone listening, just put
No, but
put
I
the
do know
subwoofer.
Howard Stern's penis.
Oh yeah, baba booey, baba booey.
Baba booey.
All right, let's try this, guys.
Whoa, are we in Archive 81 right now?
Was I supposed to make screaming orgasmic sounds?
No, that's jokes. People really don't scream when they orgasm. They just go, and that's it.
Maybe you.
Oh, I don't make a peep.
You just straight face the whole time.
Oh, yeah. No, I've done on streams, I've emulated the exact sound I make when I orgasm, and Nicole gets uncomfortable when I do it.
Yep.
She says, I am not hot, just bothered. Well, guys, do we get into Cloverfield? I don't know. Let's do it.
I'm enjoying this conversation we're having now. Actually.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot about you guys' dynamic. And
Okay, then let's do this. What about horror appeals to you as a couple and as individuals?
As a couple, it's really what brought us together. We met on Tinder, like, first and foremost. You know, I've met a few people on Tinder, and it was just silly. But Ian's Tinder profile was the first one I saw that said he liked horror movies, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
pretty much you too. Like, it was really hard finding girls that liked horror movies too. And
Yeah.
she had a horror tattoo sleeve like front and center on her picture. So I was like, hell yeah. Lucky enough, she swiped whatever way means you approve, and look at me, man. I'm lucky, man. And
Hell
I got
yeah.
a baby.
You got a free baby out of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he just
Baby.
appeared one day.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how babies work. A stork comes, they drop it off.
Yeah.
Done deal.
But not only that, like, it gives us something to talk about all the time. Like, we're always talking about serial killers and horror movies and all kinds of conspiracy theories and stuff. Like, we're just really into, like, the darker side of life and the stranger side of things. It just gives us something to talk about and something to occupy our mind to take us away from how shitty this world can be sometimes.
Yeah, you know, you watch Serbian film and you're like, yeah, I no longer am worried about the world.
Exactly.
Exactly. If you can survive a Serbian film, then you can probably survive like a day in court or something. You know what I mean?
I guess I can't survive a day in court because I will never watch a Serbian film.
You've never watched it?
No, thank you.
I've seen it 5 times.
Every single guest I have on Horror Corridor or anything, I'm always like, you've never watched it? Like, I'm always surprised, and I shouldn't be.
Yeah, you are in the minority here, guys.
Yeah, and like to us, it's, I mean, because it's kind of one of those things that like once you actually watch it, it's not really that bad.
Okay.
In all honesty. But the thing is like people who haven't seen it, they're always going to hold it pretty high on that pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time you watch it, yeah, it's pretty hardcore. But like, I'd say after you get past that first time, whether you watch it again or whether you just kind of think about it, you're like, yeah, it had some messed up parts, but overall, as a package, it's not the worst thing in the world.
The worst thing in the world is Nothing But Trouble, starring Dan Aykroyd.
I say it's Pink Flamingos.
Pink Flamingos is John Waters.
Yeah, that movie horrifies me.
And then what? A Dan Aykroyd film?
Yeah, have you heard of it at least? Okay, it's not even like a horror. It's like a horror comedy, I guess, but it has Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, John Candy, Demi Moore. It's like an early 1990s.
And the Digital Underground with Tupac.
Yeah,
Whoa.
they're there too. It's just so much. It makes me uncomfortable because it's about this judge who's like 100 and some years old, and they're trying to escape. It's like a House of Horrors kind of thing.
Lots of like traps and little I don't know, dungeons and stuff that people can like. It's a labyrinth of craziness. I don't know. You should watch it. I think you'd like it, James. It's funny.
Okay.
It's funny. It's wacky. I think it would make good content for one of your shows for sure because it's like one of the most hated movies, kind of like The Pest or something, where like people just say nothing but bad things about it. But when you actually watch it, it's kind of a fun time.
I don't think Dan Aykroyd really makes good movies because besides like Ghostbusters and maybe a couple others, you look at the rest of his filmography and you're like, wowzers, he makes a lot of stinkers.
I could agree with that. I don't know. He's more like nowadays he's more into like the paranormal and the weird stuff. So like I think that's kind of a cooler side of Dan Aykroyd to see than the mediocre movies of the 80s and 90s.
I want to see him team up with Zach Bagans.
The ghost hunting guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what they can get up to in a haunted village
See what they could conjure together.
Ooh, yeah. Nicole, your thoughts on Zach Bagans?
Who the fuck is Dan Aykroyd?
Oh, he's was the dad in Crossroads?
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
He was in Ghostbusters. He's like the main
Cool.
Ghostbusters dude.
The Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
Fucking.
Cool.
Saturday Night Live. Coneheads. He's
Yeah.
main Conehead guy.
Cool.
He's Beldar.
He's just like one of those SNL guys that had his hand in everything during his duration of SNL.
Nicole, owner or co-owner of House of Blues.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I don't know of any movies that you would know Dan Aykroyd from.
All right. Cool.
I don't have my iPod on me, so
He's in like 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
he might have been a voice in one of the Studio Ghibli movies.
Okay.
Probably.
I'll check. Well,
No, it's not important.
It's
It's
so
fine.
important. It's
the
Dan
most
Aykroyd.
important thing.
Oh, bye, James.
I guess I could just show you a picture of Dan Aykroyd, and that's the easier thing instead of saying, all right, what do you know him from? And I just show a picture, and you're like, oh, I know him from this. Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, someone gave us a whoop whoop. I don't know who it is, though.
I believe that's Goose Von Kaiser, a.k.a. Sean of Shuffling the Deck.
Whoop whoop, Sean.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, I hate saying that.
I listen to your show sometimes.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh.
So yeah, Nicole now knows every single thing about Canadian actor Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
What else was he in? I swear to God he was in a Studio Ghibli movie. I don't know. Oh, 1941 that I just got on VHS. You ever seen that?
No.
That was one of the ones I was thinking was kind of mediocre, but was that good?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Or Spies Like Us was another one that I thought was pretty boring.
I think it was also the dad in My Girl.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He loves playing daddies.
He is a daddy.
Oh, he was in Casper as the doctor.
He was in Casper for like a second and a half.
Hey, if you're in there even for a
Yeah,
blip,
what?
you can still say you're in Casper.
All he says is, who are you going to call? Someone else.
Wow.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Just a cameo.
Yeah, he's like in his Ghostbusters gear too.
Oh, he's fucking Yogi Bear.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd is Yogi Bear in
Dan
the Yogi Boy.
Aykroyd is fucking Yogi Bear.
Yeah, he's pounding that little ass.
No lube.
All right, is there an animation sector? Just voice, guest appearances on SNL? No, I guess he's never been in a Studio Ghibli.
All right, so the only movie I've seen that he's in is like fucking Yogi Bear.
Possibly, yeah. And only his voice. And Casper, you saw him for a blip in Casp.
Okay.
You know, can I keep you? And he says, oh, heavens to Betsy, no. And then he runs out of there because Casper's the scariest ghost ever. He's going to kill you so you stay in there.
Can I ask why Cloverfield?
Yes.
Well, we were kind of going through kaiju. You guys said kaiju, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like kaiju horror. And I think Cloverfield was what kind of clicked
Yeah.
for us. So I thought it was a good fit.
You could also do the host.
We're big fans, though, of the Cloverfield world. Like, not just the first movie. We really, really liked the second one and really, really liked the third one, which I think's underrated. But the thing is it was kind of like hard for me to remember some of it because I think I was really baked. She remembers a lot more of the third one, and she can confirm that it's pretty good.
Paradox?
Yeah, Cloverfield.
Oh, yeah. That was like a straight to Netflix one. But it was really good.
Oh, we got we got David Oliarchek saying Cloverfield slaps. And so I think Nicole was in the same boat. When thinking of Cloverfield, we're like, oh, that's very 2007-y. Like in our mind, we remember it as that. But rewatching it, we were like, this movie fucking rules. It's great.
Yeah, it is great. But there are a few issues with it. I don't know if you want to get into those now or later.
Yeah, let's do it. To me, the only issues I feel and the only 2007-y of it is just being very dismissive or the whole like oh, I'm going to tell everyone you guys had sex, and oh, you're a woman and you should love me and not dude from Superstore. Besides that, I love every part of it.
The guy that Rob, I think was his name. That guy.
No, the chick that she brought to the party, or the dude she brought to the party.
Oh yeah. The guy that left or whatever. My problem would be kind of in the realm of that, and that was just overall the dialogue in general. And it's really doesn't matter when you watch a kaiju movie, whether it's Godzilla or there's some Godzilla movies that have really good like dialogue and stuff, but most kaiju movies, you're focusing more on like the monster violence.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of really brutal and really fun monster violence in this, and it definitely overshadows the dialogue. But that first 10 minutes that's all in the apartments and showing their relationship, it is a slog.
Oh yeah.
Like when I tried to get my 10-year-old to watch the movie, he wanted to turn it off so bad. I mean, that's pretty normal for a kid, but I did too. Because like even when they're like running from the monster and stuff, some of the melodrama and stuff, like some of the like you have to go on without me and like all that stuff, it is very cliche, like Hollywood style, like almost Michael Bay feeling. But other than that, I think the movie's fantastic.
I think it's just now that we're further into what found footage can be, and it can be like very improvised, so the dialogue feels supernatural and the decisions feel natural, where I don't care how much I am friends with someone, I'm not going towards a monster for them of that size and that magnitude. And once I find out it's plopping out of its skin tinier monsters, I'm running even further away from my friend. I think the only person I would like go to try and save is Nicole.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of picked up. It was kind of like a weird like love story sort of thing where he's just like, I'm going to go get her. You guys can come or you can go away.
And man, those guys are down for life to be like following Simp Boy through the city. You know, like through all of that shit. Like, would you follow your friend over some chick like that? Like,
no.
I would be spending the time convincing my friend like she's far, and the fact that she was even in the apartment when they got there, that was, they were lucky that she didn't like just, you know, because think about 9/11, everybody got down as fast as possible to the lower floors, but then she had rebar stuck in her, so
yeah,
I mean it makes sense, but.
For real, if Frank were still alive, I would have gone back for Franklin. No,
the kitty?
Yeah, because that dude, number one guy. So that would have actually been a more interesting thing. Instead of going after a girl, it's two friends who have a cat. They own a cat. It's their best friend, and they're like, we need to go rescue him to be safe.
Narratives that are based on pets are like, really, I feel like they work really well, like that Keanu movie or like John Wick and stuff. I think people really relate to, because you know, how many people do you know that are like, I would be so much more sad if my pet died than if like my family member died, you know? People like that. You know, you've heard people say that. So yeah, I would love a kaiju pet saving movie.
Hell yeah. Let's write it up, brothers. There was one other thing. So this was just a little bit of trivia because you watch this movie and it's a pretty short movie, but they did that intentionally because the memory cards that would go in those cameras were about 80 minutes. So if you take off the credits and that like opening blurb about like, hey, this is pieced together from government footage, it is as long as one of those memory cards would hold.
That's cool. I really like that. And there is a lot of that type of Easter egg business before the movie even came out. How old are you guys, really quick?
27, and
I'm 35. So I don't know if you guys remember when they rolled this out, but there was a lot of viral marketing beforehand that came out.
There were MySpace pages.
Yeah, like a fake website about a Japanese soda, and they were getting special minerals from the bottom of the ocean. And it was really vague. And there were a couple tiny, like maybe like a cartoon monster somewhere on there, but it was really goofy looking. Then later came like a picture that was a mirrored picture of a woman crying with some blood on her face. And that actually was linked to Cloverfield, but also linked back to that soda. So people were trying to make all these connections. And there were a few other things too, but it was a big ARG. And pretty unique for the time because Blair Witch did an ARG, but it wasn't to this extent where it had people hunting all over online for things. So in 2007, it was a big deal. It had a lot of people hunting around for things.
Huh. That's super weird.
Nicole, do you remember this movie at all when it was coming out?
I don't remember like any advertising for it.
Yeah, I feel like I just saw it and I was like, this is good.
Well, because it was, I might be wrong, but was it J.J. Abrams' like first production under Bad Robot? Or, I mean, it's what put him on the map. He wasn't like as big of a name before this.
I think it was Lost first and then this.
Okay. But like definitely dude had a lot of like really smart ideas to put towards this with the viral marketing. And there's a lot of things here that hasn't been seen before, especially like a giant kaiju movie, but shot found footage, which makes the CGI, usually kaiju CGI looks kind of bad because you're focusing on it so much. But when the camera is shaking around that much, it kind of gives you a little bit of a handicap for bad CGI. Because it's shaky cam.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing each pixel like so up close. So that really helped. And later movies like District 9 really took advantage of that, like shooting, like they did a lot of the CGI under VHS tape and stuff. So it looked really real.
Yeah. Also, instead of it being like on a 35 millimeter, very high quality camera, even though they weren't using like, hey, you can get this right off from a shelf and be good to go. They were professional cameras they were using, but it wasn't super high quality, so you can mask a lot of that with just the quality of video stock.
Judging by the mobility of the camera too, I'm thinking that it was supposed to be a mini DV cam or something like that. Not like one of the like skateboard cameras, you know, that you hold like I handle, but so I'm assuming it was that. The version that we watched last night was like really, really remastered. So it was like 1080p or if not 4K. But I think when I originally watched it, it was like 720p quality. I mean, it didn't look that great. It didn't look as good as it looked when I watched it last night for sure. Like there's been a lot of change in the years since Cloverfield came out. And like we have a Cloverfield DVD, which looks terrible in comparison to what we watched it on HBO last night. And it was just really clean looking. It just looked like a huge movie, like bigger movie than it ever has looked.
Yeah, there were like multiple times where I feel like maybe because it's like a first person POV, I was like, it feels like I'm on a Universal ride.
Oh, yeah. Like it truly feels like the best Universal ride you could ever go on.
Or kind of like a haunted house, like kind of a little bit where you're being taken from room to room and like being shown these little set pieces here and there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it reminded me of. So yeah, kind of, or a dark ride, which is a mix of a haunt and a ride. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of felt like that. Like you were on rails sort of, or on rails video game kind of.
Hell yeah. So let's just get into the movie. Also, I did look, it is like a kind of over the shoulder camera, but not a super high quality one. It's not like a huge one that you would put on like a steady cam.
It was probably like the VX2000 or something, which was pretty big consumer camera at the time.
I believe that is the, the HVX200.
Okay.
For the interior scenes, and then the Sony Cine Alta F23 high definition video camera for all of the exterior footage. But we're spending too much time on the camera. People are like, we don't give a shit. Hey, live from Studio C is here in the chat. It's Comatose.
Comatose.
I'm not sure what he is saying because it is very far away and I got these blue blockers on. But let's get into this movie. A quick rundown. We will be seeing...
He said, hola, compadres.
Hell yeah. Jason and Rob are brothers. Hud is TJ Miller. Lily and Jason are partners. Marlena is Lizzie Kaplan. That's what we know. I believe that is correct. Guys, imagine the audacity of living in a skyrise outlooking Central Park. I just feel like that's like you saying, hey guys, I hunt some elephant for their ivory yesterday. And you're like, Jesus Christ, man. Calm down. Don't brag about that.
I know. I immediately felt lorded over when this movie started.
Mhm.
Like I felt like these people are so much fucking richer than me. Like I just
Like,
kind of
I
wanted.
can never afford a home.
I already like wanted to punch some faces as soon as the movie's like showing all these rich people, and they had nice ass cell phones too. Like they were filming stuff, like they had their phones out and shit. And
Yeah.
for the time, they had like really good phone video and shit. Like just some rich ass motherfuckers.
Life is decadent when you're living on the Upper East Side.
To be rich and young in New York in the early 2000s.
Ooh,
What a different time.
damn, you could go to UCB and see Amy Poehler on stage. You could go to the UCB and see Chris Gethard showing you a mattress he lost his virginity on.
Gross.
The only thing I know about, or you want to know what? You could go there and see the Ninja Turtles down in those sewers.
That's more my speed. That's what I could afford.
Or you could give Spider-Man a hug on Times Square.
Ooh, the real Spidey, Peter Park?
Oh yeah, it smells just like him.
What do you think Peter Parker does smell like?
Freedom.
He smells like skeet.
Oh, what?
Lots and lots of skeet.
I hate you so much.
I think, have you ever smelled a spider web? They smell weird. They smell like dusty. That's what he probably smells like. And sweat.
Sure. Yeah.
Like a teenage boy.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say is like teen BO.
Yeah.
I think he
The
smells
worst.
like Irish Spring.
He smells like the new Flamin' Hot Cheetos Mountain Dew flavor.
Oh, okay. I'm cool with that. People are saying stuff. James, why are you smelling spider webs? It's just a thing you sometimes...
That's a valid question.
If you're crawling around, you'll smell a spider web. Like if there's a big old hunk of wood that has spider web on it,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that smells
You know,
weird.
you ever go to your friend's house and just go in their crawl space?
Yeah. My
Smell spider
That's my
webs.
work. I'm always in crawl spaces.
It's my pastime.
that,
So yeah, I know what a spider web smells like. What am I talking about? It's
Yeah.
like that's my mornings.
it's
Yeah.
also my brother went into a crawl space once at a babysitter's house because he was the only one slender enough to get in there and
Yeah.
rescue a litter of kittens that
Real
was back
slender.
there.
Oh,
They were goopy as hell, baby.
gross.
Because they were just birthed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, that makes sense. There's so much dust and crap down in a crawl space to get stuck to that goop too.
Mhm.
Oh, that sucks.
It must have been fun to clean up. I got stuck in a crawl space once. There was a pipe that I tried to get under that was about this far from the ground, and I think I had too much
No.
to eat that morning. And there was no one at the house around for miles either. So I was just like, and then finally I just kind of sucked it in and got out. And
You're like, oh no, I'm gonna have to digest and dump out this extra weight.
it was fucking scary. Getting stuck in a crawl space is not a way I want to die.
Yeah, I have like anxiety dreams like that of like getting stuck in spaces that are just like pitch black.
I kind of, at first it was a little bit hard, like when I'd get into the really dark ones and get stuck and stuff, but now it's just, I'm used to it.
I don't know why. Oh, I know why I wrote this. I was like, why did I write down, I'm scared of it? And I think it's the filming right in the beginning of the video. You see those two lovers in bed and she's like, I'm scared of it. And that's me. I'm scared of everything. Or maybe they were talking about Coneyland. I don't know.
What?
She's scared to be around people that aren't making six figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was like, 6 figures? I've made that before, but no, I'm thinking 5 figures.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought 6 figures was a lot. Maybe it's just a lot to me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If I was making $100,000, when I was making $40,000, I was like, I can do anything I want.
Yeah. We're halfway to making 6 figures.
Oh, hey, that's
Said
good.
that out loud.
I mean, that's good.
Not in the Northwest. It's expensive here, man.
Oh, you also
And
have
have
children.
Kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they pay off though.
Oh, really?
Tax season.
Yeah, man. With Biden and everything, you get that tax money for the kids.
Hell yeah. But I mean, you still have to pay for more food and all of that. Does it balance out?
Yeah, I mean, baby food, we make it, or our mom makes it, but pretty cheap.
Okay, all right.
She makes veggie cubes, and then you just melt the cubes down and feed it to them. It's really simple.
Okay.
And we're not buying formula at
Yeah.
the moment, thank God. So
Yeah, she's still breastfeeding, and Look how big he is, man. He's like 21 pounds.
A
And
chunk.
That's his ribs show.
can you hand me a shirt? I gotta wipe up some of the spit.
Nicole, we might just have to crack my nuts open and splooge some semen out because that's the only way we're getting to it.
Gross.
Because the vas deferens is closed.
Oh yeah, forgot.
Why would we need to do that?
To have a child, a baby.
With your shitty genetics?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
thank you.
And your shitty genetics.
Shittier genetics.
Wait,
No,
also, why
thank
coming
you.
at me, my shitty genetics?
Because you said to
And by the
get
time
your
you guys have the
sperm
baby, the
out.
tax break will probably be gone anyway. So
Okay.
because that's
All right.
that's the way things work. Then you can just put him in up for adoption like everyone does.
Whoa, wow. That got sad. Do a lot of people put up for adoption? What's the adoption rate
I
these
kind of
days?
just said that though.
I don't think it's
that common. Yeah, I don't know anyone that's ever done it, honestly.
and it's really expensive if you want to go take a kid. It's a long process and very expensive.
My sister almost gave her daughter up for adoption, but then at the last minute was like, nope, I can't do this. I enjoy this child.
Yeah, it would be hard.
Nicole,
So
what's...
where were we on the
Oh,
movie?
yeah. Let's... She was scared.
I like their use of like taping over another tape
Mhm.
and having that interstitial throughout the movie. I really like
the
that.
flashbacks they have from
Yeah.
their Coney Island times.
Yeah.
That was a bummer to me. I'm like, oh, they were so happy 3 weeks ago.
Even
Yeah.
though I don't think the SD card works that way.
That's kind of how mini DV
care.
tapes work.
Oh, they did?
That's how a mini DV tape would work, but not an SD card.
Okay.
The thing is, that back in 2007, they haven't fully switched over to SD cards for every camera. I don't know if that was supposed to be an SD card. Shooting stuff onto a drive back then was like that was like expensive ass camera. So I would say they were probably supposed to be doing it onto a mini DV tape, but
Okay.
that might go against your theory about the memory card.
Oh, the camera that I looked up is an SD but
Okay.
if what they were using in show, canonically was a mini DV, I was just like, even if you were recording on a VHS, it would still, unless you skipped forward a little bit, it wouldn't have that little area in there. You would just keep filming.
I just assumed because he's doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. The only time that really you are right, Nicole, because the only time that really does happen is if you go back and watch your footage and you play it a couple seconds after, and that's if you've already taped over something. So it's really there shouldn't be any overlap showing footage from behind unless somebody was pausing the video and then going up a little bit on the timeline.
Okay,
and
but
starting
the thing is, you can't find logic in a movie like
But
this.
But that's when it happens, is when they either turn it back on or from watching footage or whatever is when that happens.
Maybe they were trying to allude to the fact that they were turning it off and on and that camera. I don't know.
All I know is I hear this movie has the film debut of one Pizza Rat. So I'll let you guys know the scene that we see Pizza Rat because he is in this. He's doing background work, but ooh, baby, he knows the camera and how to work it.
Pizza Rat. Chuck E. Cheese?
No, Pizza
Splinter?
Rat. No, Pizza Rat. He was a rat that someone took a picture on a video of.
Oh, with the big slice of pizza.
Yeah, he was carrying a big old slice. Pizza Rat.
Pizza
Yeah.
Rat.
Oh, yeah, Pizza Rat.
Yeah, he's probably still going strong.
Nicole, just
Yeah.
like Lily looks at Rob, I believe, as a brother, do you look at my brother as a brother or just an estranged person who isn't technically estranged?
Sure.
All right, okay.
I thought Colossal was going to be the most depressing movie until we watched Cloverfield.
Yeah, this one's pretty sad.
So depressing.
I didn't think it was that depressing. What was the depressing part for you?
All of it. It's a close-knit group of friends that watch their brother figure get just slam. And they're like, oh no.
Okay, so this is where we differ. I thought that the monster was the person I was supposed to be rooting for, and I thought that was a happy ending. So
No. And then Just imagining having to, like, your mom calls and is like, hey, are you guys okay? There was this crazy thing that happened in the city you live. Most of the time, well, all the time something like that happens in Chicago, our parents will call and be like, you're not around there. And it's like, you know where we live, guys. Besides my father, he sure doesn't. He's never been here. Besides to help us move. He made it in just like that. If
he has another obligation as well.
Well, sometimes even if he has another obligation in town, he won't show up. So imagining
Roasted.
like if my brother and I lived in the same city and then my parents call and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, like Patrick died, like we were on that part. That's depressing. Seeing your friend just get exploded from a thin wall and you see like the shadow of just blood spray on there. You're like, oh my God. Seeing your friend get eaten in half, then dropped out of a monster's mouth, having to pull your like ex-lover off from rhubarb, off some rhubarb, pulling her off, and then seeing her go away, and then you're like, yes, we're getting out of here. Then a fucking shitty helicopter driver's like, I'm gonna stay within arm's length of this monster.
Oh, that was stupid. Yeah, they were like trying to get a good look at it or something.
Yeah, this is a tragedy, as the bard William Shakespeare would say.
Okay. Yeah, it just didn't affect me that way for some reason. And I mean, I think it was because of all the melodrama and like the heavy acting and stuff. I kind of felt like I was watching Armageddon or something, which I don't find.
Excuse you.
But I know that one's supposed to be sad too, but I don't find it sad. So that's the point I was trying to get at.
You watched the Blair Witch Project and you were like, girl boss, get it? Hell yeah, slay queen.
I tend to usually root for the villains because I watched a lot of slasher films growing up, and that's kind of like how you watch them usually. Like you're rooting for Jason or Freddy or whatever.
Serbian film, who did you want to win?
Okay, Serbian film, I was rooting for the main character in that movie.
I was rooting for the baby.
Yeah, the baby. But the baby just has a cameo.
You watch Inconvenient Truth and you're like, hell yeah, greenhouse gases.
Get it, ozone layer.
Deplete.
Ozone layer's getting fucked hard.
Holes everywhere. Gaping. I really liked when HUD was introducing himself to Lizzie Kaplan. He goes, oh yeah, my name's HUD. And I wish it had gone on longer. And she's like, did you say hug? No, HUD. Hum? No. Hun? Hub? Like the restaurant? Okay.
Hut? You live in a hut?
Yeah, just go through all of this stuff. But then people would be like, that's kind of cheesy.
I mean, it already was cheesy, so why not?
Yeah, she should have said, just because you're a man doesn't mean I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Which were the vibes I was getting? Because you could read her face and she's just like, leave me the fuck alone, please.
But right when this first attack happens it's awesome. Like those first fireballs that Jet set out, this movie goes from 0 to 150 instantly, and it's like how it's shot, the feeling it's conveying, the pandemonium, the 9/11 of it all as well.
You have to keep in mind, most people were going into it blind at first, so nobody knew if this was going to be a slasher film, a monster movie. Most people were leaning towards Godzilla or something coming out of the ocean. That was like the closest anyone could get. But people were even talking, this could be a horror film, this could be straight up sci-fi in space. Like nobody knew what was going on. So when you first see those all the fire and all the mayhem going on, you don't know if it's a war movie or what, you know?
Yeah.
So or if like an alien attack. So it was really cool the first time I saw it, like having no idea what I was watching. And that's the way I showed it to my 10-year-old son a month ago. I was like, I'm not telling you what it's about. I'll show you the cover, because the cover doesn't really give you too much. It's just Statue of Liberty and stuff. And he was so mad at me for the first 15 minutes because I wouldn't tell him what it was. And then when it finally shows the monster, he was all in.
Hell yeah. Did you guys know that the Statue of Liberty head is larger in the movie than it actually is?
I did
I
not.
did not know that.
Because they said if it's
How much larger?
a sizable amount, to the fact that they had to be like, to anyone in the know, we know it's larger, but if we made it to scale, everyone would think it was, they'd be like, that's not, you made it too small.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because when you see it from that distance, you expect it to be a certain size. So it'd be funny if it was just like a tiny little head rolling down the street.
Little bobblehead.
So we're going to be skipping over stuff. Pretty much Rob, he's trying to get in contact with his ex-lover. His battery dies. He goes into a department store and he goes, Rob, this store is closed, man. HUD says that. But I think that's after this happens, which is they're crossing the Brooklyn Bridge and Rob is like, oh, I need to be on this phone. Someone's calling me right now. And he's like, making everyone stay behind. And that's what, I screamed, wowie zowie. I didn't remember that happening. And, Jason just gets straight up hit with that tentacle and he's out for good.
I hated that scene because I hate bridges. I have such a huge, large fear of bridges and especially water underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a no for me.
Same. When we go downtown with Nicole's family and we have to cross one of the many bridges, I say, all right, I'll see you guys on the other side. And I scurry across. I'm not walking as slow as they do.
I don't know why
Yeah.
those don't bother me.
Oh, maybe because they're two-tiered. So if you fall under one, you might get on the driving side. I don't know.
I don't know.
Or because they're drawbridges.
I don't know. I feel like even walking underneath underpasses make me nervous.
See, I'm overpass. I'm scared of that.
I've seen some movies where some bad stuff happens in underpasses, so I'm going to go with Nicole on underpasses for
It's
this.
fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. There's some sketchy shit in underpasses. There's one in my hometown. You don't want to be under there at the wrong
Yeah.
time of night.
Yeah, you don't. It's a nice, lit up, warm, dry place, but it's usually not
But you're
safe.
not safe.
Yeah.
Because Mormons will come up to you and try and solicit.
Yeah.
So hey, you heard the word of the Latter-day Saints, and you say, yes.
You know, say, I don't want your dick, dude.
I don't like polygamy.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, I'm watching that documentary on Netflix right now. There's one about this guy who had 20 wives and one was 12 years old.
Oh,
Fucking crazy.
Insane.
Oh!
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What? Oh. I'm confused why you guys started going, oh.
I don't know. Just like The Sopranos, they're like,
Italians like,
Whoa, spoilers. I still haven't watched it.
okay, Goodfellas.
I still haven't watched it.
James, you
You're
haven't seen Goodfellas?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh.
my heart.
Have you seen it, Nicole? Have you guys seen any Martin
No.
Scorsese movies?
Yeah, we
No.
watched Bringing Out the Dead, and that movie fucking sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was that.
That's your starting point with Martin Scorsese?
I think there was, Shutter Island and Wolf of Wall Street. Those
Oh,
ones
yeah,
we
I
like.
love
Wolf of Wall
those.
Street is great. Shutter Island's a little dry, in my
Well, it's
opinion.
good though.
Yeah, we just said we loved it, and you're trying to sell us on Martin Scorsese. Oh, Marvel movies are just popcorn. Shut up, you fuck.
Jesus.
Go die already.
I did say that, didn't I? Did I say that on your podcast?
What?
Marvel movies are popcorn?
No, Martin Scorsese said that.
Oh, well, I agree.
Boo. He said they're not movies. They're just drivel. And it's like,
They're
no,
entertainment.
they're motion pictures, sir. You know what moving pictures are, correct? Sometimes 23 per second, sometimes 60 per second. That's a motion picture.
Shortened to movie.
And he's like, no, unless it's about white men doing cool things, I'm not into it.
Which is all of his movies.
Yeah. Wolf of Wall Street, Shutter Island, Bringing Out the Dead.
Casino, Taxi
Bringing
Driver.
out the dead. They're doing cool things.
Yeah.
Bringing Out the Dead should have been good.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
It
Like
is-
that's John Goodman and Nick Cage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that duo, being ambulance driver with supernatural style stuff, it should have been good, but it's not.
Ooh.
It was raw. That went immediately to the bottom of our list.
Yeah, spoilers if you're listening
ranking.
to Engage with Nicolas Cage. That currently is the bottom. Like we're ranking
out of like 27 films.
Crazy, because I think a lot of people wouldn't agree with that. But did you guys hate it like objectively, or were there things that other people hated about it that you agree with, or was it just like you just had a disdain for it, like off the top?
Most people just, like, from reviews that I saw, just said that it was slow and unrealistic. That was their main complaint.
The reviews I read after we did the podcast were in line with our thoughts of the lighting is terrible. It feels like a TV movie. It's just vignettes spliced together. The premise that we're sold on in the synopsis is not what we get. It's just real bad. Like it beat out Rumblefish, Time to Kill, and what was our other stinker? Firebird. Those used to be the bottom of the barrel, but Snake Eyes, that's number one, baby.
I didn't know Rumblefish sucked so bad.
Oh yeah, it was a drip of a movie.
Yeah.
That's the Outsiders prequel
or just another S.C. Hinton book turned into it. Francis Ford Coppola.
Anyway, Cloverfield.
Yeah, because I think already got to start maybe wrapping up. What time is it? Yeah, we got 25 minutes, guys.
Hey, we got some cool spam in the chat.
Oh, yeah. They keep fucking doing it. Like, YouTube, stop allowing this. I have Nightbot there for a reason.
Yeah. Where were we in the movie?
Reproducing asexually is just as disgusting and gross as reproducing sexually, because that's what this monster does.
Yeah.
I don't find either disgusting, but it's all in the eye of the beholder.
Squeezing a baby out of you is just disgusting either way.
Oh, it's awesome.
No.
Wait till you can see it in real life, man. It's awesome.
It's colorful.
I couldn't not think about it for like a week.
Yeah. Because it scarred you.
It's burnt into your brain, dude.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen that many colors in my life.
I have unfortunately seen my own birth, so that's scarred into my brain as well. That's not a lie. Like, my mom owns it on VHS, and she's like, "You got to see this, James." I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "No."
Can that be a Patreon exclusive, please?
No. There are some home movies that eventually I'll put on.
Oh, cool.
The famous Batman one where I cried when my dad was dressed as Batman for one of my birthdays. And
then you cried while watching you crying.
Yeah, because I was like, this family doesn't exist anymore. And then the one where I opened up the Final Fantasy VIII strategy guide and I was just fucking pumped. Those will go on the Patreon someday.
Cool. Kind of like the Nintendo 64 kid.
I was a little more chillax than that kid.
Yeah.
Because it was a book. Books are meant to be delicately opened.
Yes. There's a certain amount of class to a book.
Yeah, just like my thighs. Did Sephora sponsor this movie, guys?
I was going to say, like, everyone was running away, and I told Ian I would have stopped at the Sephora and broke it.
She'd be bashing it open with the fucking baby stroller, trying to, like, get it.
You're like, damn, I can flip all of this so well come the end of this apocalypse.
Also, Aquafina and Mountain Dew are owned by Pepsi, and I saw a lot of Aquafina and Mountain Dew.
Okay. Could be. Yeah.
I feel like monster movies are the perfect movie to have product placement or like brand placement.
Mm-hmm.
It really
So you just
was.
put it on the buildings.
Yeah.
Like, Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. Doesn't he, like, knock down some fast food sign? I don't know. It's just like...
Never seen it.
I've seen it as a child, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
Would that be a kaiju movie?
Holy shit.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Damn, we should have done that,
Why?
Nicole.
Dang it.
Hey, we can save that for another cross parents Sentai episode.
Because that's also horror, guys.
Well, it's actually directed by Brian Yuzna, the director of Bride of Reanimator and a bunch of other horror films. He's done some really gory shit.
Didn't he also do Society?
Society,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay,
What?
that's insane.
Yeah. Wait, was it Brian Yuzna or Stuart Gordon? I think maybe they've teamed up on it or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But Brian Yuzna.
I know that movie is part of reanimator family.
Okay, was Screaming Mad George involved in Blew Up the Baby?
He might have been, actually.
Wait, this is insane. Those freaks of film did this exploding baby movie.
Yeah, I don't know Scream Man George because he does a lot of prosthetic stuff. I don't remember there being a lot of prosthetics in the Honey, I Blew Up the Baby.
A big baby? You got to make a big baby?
That was just green screened.
What?
That wasn't an actual baby?
No, that was a composite.
It wasn't a man in a baby suit walking around?
It wasn't Daniel Tosh.
Oh, yeah, it could. Oh, no. That baby's coming at us. So, they're running around trying to get to this area, and all of a sudden, missiles start shooting out because they see the big old thing. They look behind it, and a firefight begins with the people, the military, and this monster. And this is my only, hey, I'm no longer fully immersed in this is really happening, which is TJ Miller is screaming, and that is distorted in the microphone. But all of the missiles and explosions are not just making this a gargled mess. I believe they should have done that to make it a little more authentic.
That's where the audio engineer starts to come out in you, though.
Mm-hmm.
What would you have done differently?
I would have just distorted it. Like, it would have been like a...
Yeah, it would have sounded like you were filming a concert in the early 2000s or something. It was...
just blown out. Like my between the thighs.
Even just a little bit, not even completely.
Yeah. You mean what's between my thighs?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's a little blown out.
When they go into the subway station, this is where that sad phone call happens. But that man is not a great cry actor because he just covers his face. And it's like, okay, you're not really crying. I think if I was told to act and like tell this, I think I would start crying. I can pull that from my brain. Because I've gotten a lot of phone calls saying, hey, so-and-so died. And I'm like, oh, I'm shattered.
Yeah, I don't know. The actor might have been a sociopath or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, it's not hard.
That's an easy cry right there. Like,
or he just has never had that experience and he can't method act and pull from real life.
Or he was acting like he was in shock.
Oh, that could be too.
Or he's on a ton of SSRIs and they're blocking his brain from being able to make the connection that he's sad.
Depression.
Or he's got to stay strong for HUD because he knows he's filming.
Or it's because toxic masculinity, you can't cry on the camera.
Ooh.
Your mother will call you a little bitch.
Yeah.
So I don't care if your brother just died.
She'll
I
say
can
the
cry.
wrong son died.
Uh-huh. Strong one, no longer.
Have you guys seen Underwater yet?
Mm-mm.
It's got TJ Miller in it too. It's also a big monster movie, but
That's like Cthulhu.
yeah, kind of. But anyway, I think it's linked to this movie.
No, I said The Mist was.
That too, though.
Oh.
Because Cloverfield could be a multi-dimensional universe.
Yeah, why not?
But The Mist is a Stephen King book.
So?
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, it's just the whole, we opened up a portal in the woods and all these monsters started coming out.
Yeah, well, they imply that it's like a government experiment that goes horribly wrong.
And in my head, it's in the same time frame. So
Could
I'm
also be what happened.
And with Underwater, the movie, they're drilling really deep into the deepest part of the ocean for minerals and stuff, and that's what unleashes the monster, similar to this movie. So.
Ooh, or they're all on different timelines, but they're all screwing stuff up.
That's what Cloverfield Lane was supposed to be. It was supposed to be same universe, different timeline or something like that. It was very confusing because if you actually watch it, it doesn't really sync up too well with the first Cloverfield. Like, it doesn't really feel like it could be the same incident.
Oh.
But it's more alien. So it kind of insinuates that it could be that the Cloverfield monster from the first movie could be an alien. And this is an alien invasion.
But also the Cloverfield paradox is in the future as well. And that's where The Mist came into play for me because they went to another dimension kind of thing is what happens in that movie.
Whoa.
And I mean, a lot of people think that aliens have like interdimensional travel, like that we know nothing about. So maybe these monsters can just go from wherever they want.
Whoa, and then Event Horizon could also be in this universe because that's interdimensional travel.
But there's no monsters.
Yeah, there is, but they
are the monsters.
Go in your brain, and wasn't it like a molecular level type monster?
I don't know. That movie confuses me every time I watch it, to be honest.
Oh,
every time I'm watching it, I'm like, where's the 25 minutes of gore that got cut out?
Oh, I don't know why.
Was that the movie that I just erased from my brain because how bad it was?
Yeah, I was so upset.
Yeah.
People hyped it as like a gory film, but I guess all the gore was truly cut from it.
Yeah, it got so damaged that they can't really use that footage anymore.
Oh, I hear that it's like one of the producers or something has it on a VHS, and the director just hasn't been able to watch it.
Oh.
He's in Spain, and I just haven't been able to go to Spain to see it.
Oh, okay. I heard that it was in some, because, they keep film prints in like sand mines and stuff because of like the temperature and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or not sand mines, salt mines. And I heard that it was in that for too long and there was like some damage. So nowadays, if you were to want to like add that footage to like a remaster, it wouldn't look right because you wouldn't be able to recover that footage the same way that you're able to recover the master of Event Horizon. Sorry, let's get back to the movie.
Yeah. I just got a few more notes. When they're in that train tunnel, they start walking to another station. Lizzie Kaplan brings up Superman, and then TJ Miller's like, oh, Superman? That's how you know a fucking just virgin nerd wrote this movie.
I mean, no, that's just his character.
Okay, but then she, I guess her A to B for comics is, oh yeah, and Garfield too. Do you know him? That's real weird instead of going to Batman.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that dialogue very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. As a woman who works at a comic book store, yeah, fuck TJ Miller.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think you mean fuck HUD.
Well,
TJ Miller.
TJ Miller has some pretty heavy accusations.
Me, dude.
Yeah. He called in that bomb threat. It's very, you don't really know what to think about the guy.
Yeah. And it's too bad because he's really good at the style of acting where it's like you're kind of playing yourself, but you're really good at like a natural person.
The comedic relief.
Yeah, he's masterful at it. Not that kind of acting is that important always, but like if you see him in like Underwater, the other movie I mentioned, like he really ties that movie together because he's like comedic relief and he plays it straight, but at the same time he's just kind of funny for who he is. Kind of like Seth Rogen a little bit. That's the problem with some of these talented people. They can also be very fucked up and weird.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of talented people that aren't fucked up and weird, this is where, what's this beneath our feet? Oh no, it's a bunch of rats. It's fucking Pizza Rat. You can see him.
You don't know
scurrying
that.
around. It's a sea. And I was like, you guys don't even need to move anymore. Just fall down on this sea of rats and they'll take you where you need to go.
I mean, it's New York, so there's a pretty high probability Pizza Rat was there.
I don't even know what that. Oh, no, I think I do. I think a core memory is just getting unlocked. It's just a picture of a rat, right? With like pizza?
Yeah. And there was, it was like the early meme.
Yeah,
really early meme.
Oh my God. Okay, I know what you mean now.
Yes, the life of Pizza Rat has been extended. Then they get attacked by those little monsters. One of them,
terrifying.
It's not like a little monster. Howie Mandel isn't there, guys.
They look like spiders, and I hate it.
It looked like the Starship Troopers bugs.
Oh yeah,
kind of. With the, what do you call those? Mandible mouths. Like, yeah.
They're
Scary.
easy to kill, though, and I appreciate that.
Just like a spider.
And they drop that pipe that they beat it down with. Keep the pipe, guys.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing in any
It's not
types
a
of
one-time
movies.
thing. They're coming back for you.
Anytime somebody, and then another thing, a soldier with a fully automatic rifle gets knocked down by a monster, and you just run by them, even though there's a fully automatic rifle on the ground. Like, I don't know, stuff like that bothers me. Or I would just be looking for a handgun. You know, there's got to be handguns laying around in the street with all those dead soldiers and stuff.
You should also be looking for fucking normal ass shoes for your two friends who are in heels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Man.
was-
Or just break the heels off of your fucking shoes.
Yeah, do something. Break the heels down. Break that shit. Real quick, you guys enjoy Little Monsters?
I did. I don't remember it too well because I saw it when I was really little.
It's so good. I watched it a couple years ago and it fucking terrified me.
Oh, because Nicole watched it last year for the first time, and you really enjoyed it. We have a watch along of it on the Patreon. You guys should check that out. Man, it's so fucking
We
good.
should watch along with them.
Watch along.
Maybe when we do it on This Existed, we'll get you guys on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
All right, next they find this awesome-ass, like, fun clubhouse underneath the streets. It looks dope. I would love hanging out here as a teen.
You mean the
It's
locker
just
room?
like the station.
Yeah.
No, the fun club, not the locker room.
Yeah, the clubhouse.
The clubhouse.
So this was very much like the lunchroom or the break rooms of the workshops that my dad operated. So this just brought me back to having my tiny little arm or my brother's tiny little arm, which like this was affecting my father's income, I think. We were able to shimmy our arms into the vending machine and just take whatever was on the first and sometimes second rows. And we would get like Fritos and like little Hostess cakes. And we'd be like, Hamskram nam. And my dad would be like, whoa, you guys brought money? And we're like, yes.
Oh, I can relate to that. I just don't want to tell what happened.
Oh, yeah.
We got a bite. So they go into this mall place. The military pulls them. And I don't know why, if they are aware that bites are bad, why did they not ask everyone, hey, were you bit? Were you bit? Were you bit? And then Lizzie Kaplan explodes off screen. But on screen.
I didn't like the off screen because to me it was kind of confusing. Maybe I looked away at a certain point, but like I was like, wait, what happened to her? And then they're like,
You kind of get the point though. Like
Yeah.
they take her and then
yeah, I might have looked away actually, but I was kind of like, wait, what happened to her?
They are told by the military, like, hey, we can't help you, but if you want to go up there and try and find your friend, go for it. Here are specific locations where helicopters will be airlifting people up. This is the last one before we just start air bombing all of Manhattan. And as they go up, I'm like, you see this big old dog with a carriage behind him. And I'm like, the monsters would have eaten a big old dog, would have just been eaten alive.
Yeah, no, that part made me really sad for some reason.
Yeah, see, this is a depressing movie.
The lone horse, I'm like, buddy, I would have took him. I would have rode off into the sunset.
Yeah, they should have got on the carriage and rode it.
Exactly.
I saw that as comic relief.
No, that was sad as fuck.
I mean, it probably was intended to like get a chuckle, but it is sad because it makes you see like, oh, all of the people have deserted this area, this island. And this is what's left behind. It's kind of Night of the Cometsy.
Yeah.
But like, take the horse. How are you gonna leave a horse?
Or Walking Dead did that too.
Oh yeah.
But also reminded me a little bit of Twister with the cows flying around. I don't know why.
Now that's
Just wanted to bring up
comedic
Twister.
relief.
I thought it was hilarious.
Just got a few more notes. Big Dog got that out of there. So they find this building that she's in and it's collapsed over. And TJ Miller, like, why would you recommend, hey, here's a way we can get up there. Go up one building and jump to the top of the other, because this man is so desperate. Guess what? He will want to do that. And you just doomed yourself to experience this.
I told you why.
Oh, yeah, because he just loves talking and theorizing.
He's the type of person to just say shit without thinking about it first.
Yeah, he can't think in his head. He has to vocalize every thought he has.
Which he later tries to explain, like, they're like, why are you talking so much? He's like, because if I'm not talking all the time, I'm going to shit my fucking pants.
Yeah.
Some people need to listen to themselves talk or sing when they're in high stress situations. So
Not me. I shut down.
yeah, I do too, kind of.
I'm just always shitting my pants, so it doesn't really matter. Right now,
Stressed, relaxed, you name it.
Well, maybe if your hole wasn't so blown out,
my
your
loafers
muscles would work.
are steaming right now. I'm going to have to clean up afterwards, but I'm so used to it already. It's not really a cleanup, it's just maintaining.
It's just a soup that needs to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm. Also, everyone just always wear shoes that you can flee a scene in. So they find this girl. She's on this rhubarb bar, and they wrap his dirty shirt around her. They are in her apartment. She has to have drawers that have clean
There's
shirts
no
in them.
time.
You could have quickly done this and been like, bada bing, bada boom, we're ready to go.
Okay, but she's conveniently alive too after her apartment was blown up and she's missing a wall.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of convenience thrown into that part.
Yeah.
And getting out of that building would have been getting out of that second building, the knocked over one. I mean, if anything about fucking 9/11 before the buildings fell, like that would have been impossible because there's like whole layers that are caught on fire. You even see the building from the street. Like in Cloverfield, you see the toppled over building and there's like whole floors that are on fire, like in the middle. So it's like,
Staircases would have been fine.
Maybe.
Like a cement stair.
There's a fire barrier, maybe.
Fine.
I do like that just a lone crazy little critter is there. And first they see the monster and the lady's like, what's that? TJ Miller says, a terrible thing. They see that other like little bug. She's like, what the fuck's that? And he goes, another terrible thing. That was a good
terrible.
joke.
It was.
That was funny. Both of the terrible thing moments were funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so jaded.
Yeah. And then this final scenes are they get in this helicopter, puncture wound. She goes up. The three of them, I thought it was the puncture wound lady. She gets slapped down and they're like, it's in front of their eyes. And they're like, wow, we just spent, that would have, I think, been more depressing and maybe more effective. I don't know, because it's like, wow, we spent all this time just for her to still die in this helicopter crash. But they somehow make it out of this helicopter alive after they're smashed down. TJ Miller, though, how did they not hear this monster creep up behind them and take a bite out of crime? And then they're running, they're in Central Park and shit. They're getting bombed. And then it circles back to doing the testimonials like they were doing for this going away party in the beginning. It's a full circle.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't let you know what the outcome is of these two characters.
I assume death.
Yeah, you assume because there's nothing covering them from the fire if they're getting bombed. Yeah, but the tape survived.
Yeah. You do also hear in the background, one of them says, "Ooh, I'm about to die."
What?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know they died.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then the
yeah.
other one says, "Oh, the light's fleeting from me as well, and I'm dead."
Yeah.
Good. I needed that exposition because otherwise I would have been so lost.
One of them says, "All right, I'll put a gun in my mouth and you put a gun in your mouth," and you hear gunshots go off.
Oh my God.
And you hear the Claire Danes whimper from Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. I don't know what that's a reference to. I mean,
She got it.
okay.
The Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet from the 90s with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I don't know the whimper part.
Yeah, you gotta look it up.
So bad.
She's like,
We'll check it out.
yeah.
We'll do that next year. That's a kaiju movie. Well, guys, we did it. Any more notes on Cloverfield?
I've seen it probably 10 times now, at least. And it doesn't get any worse. It's always good.
Hell yeah.
It's always good. It gets better, actually, because as they've been like remastering it or whatever you want to say, as the years go on and they put it on streaming platforms and they upgrade it or whatever, and watching it on a bigger screen, I feel like it was just a new experience all over again. Because the last time I watched it like a month ago was on DVD. It did not look this good. So it was a lot of fun. Show it to your children.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not that bad.
Oh, I was going to say, because Nicole's like, oh, they're trauma bonded now. But I say, no. Trauma bonding is so pandemic, okay? We need to start trauma bonding. Yeah, get trauma now and watch all the movies on there. Maybe
Until
start
you
with.
find one that you can bond over,
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
If I liked Troma, I would love that idea.
aka the Evolved Part 1.
Is that? I've never even heard of that.
Oh, it's for some weird reason Nicole loves the movie, but it is
It's
absolute
so-
shit.
It's just so fucking weird, and they just like do things that are wild, and it's like, it's so funny. Like a shark grows limbs and sentience out of pure willpower. Like,
For
it's so
revenge?
stupid.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Yeah, it's baffling. You'd have to get Troma now in order to watch it without having to buy the DVD for like $10.
Or Comatose's movie.
Yeah, Foul
Foul
Uprising, Jinx.
Or Wheelchair Werewolf with our friend
Yeah, Wheelchair Werewolf with Brian Duff.
And let us not forget about the Toxic Avenger, Sergeant Kabuki Man, Romeo and Juliet, Surf Nazis Must Die, Troma's War, and many of the other good titles at Troma.
Hey guys, you can
No, you
skip
don't
over
need
Troma
those.
War. You don't need to watch that
You don't
one.
need to watch any
That's
of
a good
those.
movie.
No. Toxic Avenger, dope. Sergeant Kabuki Man, pretty dope. And then Tromeo and Juliet, yeah, that's fine.
Terror Firmer.
That one's fine.
In Tromeo and Juliet, there's some hot breasts in that.
I think you mean heavy melon breasts.
No, this is late 90s. This is late 90s Troma. It's
Yeah.
not just large boobs.
Oh,
This
wow.
is art film type stuff.
They evolved, part one.
Yeah. There's some boobies in that from a puppet.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what do you have to plug?
Check out first off, check out our show on Quality Violence Cinema Network. That's the YouTube channel, Quality Violence Cinema, or just look up Quality Violence Cinema on your favorite streaming platform. And you can find episodes of Parents Under the Stairs featuring us two. We are going to get back to it. We took a little bit of a break, but we're coming back tomorrow with best death scenes. So that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
I have another show called Horror Corridor, which is horrorcore and extreme music show. So check that out if you want to find some new artists. Mr. Marshland Monster was on there for that episode was awesome, man. Like we
Thank
talked
you.
about so much shit. And I really want to have you on again. I'm just trying to think of ways that I could have guests on again because it's such a weird format. And then I also have Quality Violence Cinema, the show, which is like kind of what started this whole thing, and that's our extreme horror network. So go over and check that out if you like fucked up horror movies. Also, we have a Discord which is popping all the time. We do live events on there, and a Patreon and all that shit.
Hell yeah. Nicole, what you got to plug?
The
Or Presley.
Evolved part one.
Okay.
One of the main characters keeps unborn fetus as a pet and names it Feedy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
I love it so much.
okay, we'll watch it.
Presley, do you have anything to plug?
Ian pretty much covered it all.
Okay.
I believe.
I was pretty sure, but wanted to just make sure in case you had indie stuff you do independently.
Drink Ravens Brew coffee.
Oh yeah, if you want to support the coffee company I work for,
Okay, hell yeah.
go get you some Ravens brew.
But for real, it's like the best coffee. We're heavily addicted to it. So
I have caffeine withdrawals every morning. I wake up with a headache.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
yeah, it's not.
Nicole, what you got to plug?
I already plugged it, dude. You know the stuff. DarlingHomebody.com for creepy, cute stuff that I make. Darling Homebody on social media and Patreon.com/DarlingHomebody.
Yeah. Hey guys, go over to MLMpod.com to find out more information about my other shows and my music, or just go to Spotify, wherever, and listen to Marshland Monster. Me and Dragon Boy Suede, we are cooking up more tunes for you guys. We got like 4 that one of us, the beats are done, but either he has vocals done, I have vocals done, so we're going
Dude,
to
that
be...
Indica track was fire, man. Good job.
Thank you. We're getting more stuff out. Probably Exploding Load will be the next one. Maybe Baltic States. Maybe Eeb Dweeb. All the good stuff. Bipedal Deedle. We got good stuff for you. That can be found Marshland Monster, wherever music is found. And the best way to support us is by going over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content, exclusive podcasts every single Friday. It's a good time over there. But if you're a $10 patron, you get more exclusive stuff like our new series, Straight to Patreon, where we're reviewing straight to video stuff. We did Ghoulies 3 and the Banana Splits movie.
That's a good one. Ghoulies 3 is good. 4 is bad.
4, I think, out of my enjoyment, it goes Ghoulies 3 at top, Ghoulies 4, Ghoulies 1, Ghoulies 2. Out of the funness, Like movie-wise, Ghoulies 4 is the worst film of them, but when
So
it comes
hard to watch.
when it comes to having fun, Ghoulies 4, va-va-va-voo, baby. And you also get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast, so let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, he's a rapper, Defo, D-F-O, Kayla, aka Two Grapes, Jordan B, The Chaos Witch, Nicole's brother, Joshua, Steve Barnes, my co-host on Sweet Child of Time, go check that out, The Womb in Which I Came Out of, my mother, and finally, Lil Corey's BFF and roommate, Shane. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
Parents under the stairs.
And we've been mostly speaking Sentai. Bye-bye.
P.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah. Squagga deck. That was a pretty good improv, Nicole.
Oh, you have so much energy. I cannot match.